So good morning students. So let's continue with the second part of this chapter. Okay, and do you all remember which chapter it was going? Yes, it was chapter number 1 and the name of the chapter was Nature and Purpose of Business, and this is your part 2. Okay, so basically in this video we will all talk about the features of business. Okay, in the previous video we have discussed about the meaning of business. What is the meaning of business and in what category or what type of human activity this business is coming. Okay, that is economic activity, right? So in the previous video we have discussed about these things. Okay, so in this video we will discuss about the features of business, what are the different objectives of a business, and what is the importance of profit, what is the role of a profit in a business, right? So let's start with the video. So yes, the first thing, as I told you right now, the features of business. Okay, so features basically means the characteristics. Features means characteristics. Okay, what are the characteristics of business? So as you can see, number 1, an economic activity. Yes, economic activity. Business is an economic activity. We have discussed earlier and we have discussed so many times. Economic activity means as it is those activity which is having a direct concern with money or with monetary terms. So that is considered as a economic activity. And obviously business is a part of economic activity. Business is actually an economic activity because here the businessman is working for maximum profit, working to earn maximum profit. Okay, so that is why business is an economic activity. Moving towards the second features, it states business is concerned with production or procurement of goods and services. Procurement basically means arrangement. Okay, arranging for the resources. So yes, when we are talking about business, the business is all about production. Production means here the raw material is being taken, the business is taking the raw material and converting them into a finished goods. Okay, it is converting into a finished goods. So that complete process from raw material to finished good, that complete process comes under production. And obviously for producing the goods, the businessman has to arrange all the resources. Resources like raw material, okay, like labor, like technology, okay, like capital, etc. So these are the different resources which a businessman has to arrange for it. Okay, and yes, a business can be of goods or services. Okay, there is no restriction in this. It can be goods or services, right? Okay, moving towards the third thing, that is sale and exchange of goods and services, right? Sale means to sell the goods. Why? If we are going for the selling, so obviously in return we are earning the profit. Okay, to sell the goods, and yes, sometimes it is exchange also. Like I have delivered a good to the business to the customer, and due to any reason customer is not satisfied. So in that case, I can also go for the exchange of that particular goods and services. Okay, so this is also one of the feature of your business, right? Okay, so moving towards the next features, these are the next 3 features. Feature number 4 states that dealing on regular basis. Yes, this is the most important characteristic, that is that business which are done on regular basis. Regular basis means on continuous basis. It is not like that कि मैंने on 1st July मैंने कोई transaction किया, ठीक है? On 1st July I have gone for any transaction, like मैंने buying की या मैंने selling की, ठीक है? And after this 1st July, it was in 2020. Okay, now after this 1st July, I am going for the transaction in 1st December 2020. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. So this particular transaction will not be considered as a business. उसे हम business की category में नहीं रख सकते. So it basically means that the business should be on regular basis. Regular basis means 1st July, it can be 15th July, ठीक है? In between it can be 25th July. So that is actually regular basis. In 1 month we are having maximum transaction. So that will be counted as your regular business, right? Okay. Moving towards the next 5th point. it states that कि profit sharing, yes, when it is business, so obviously when the complete risk is being shared by the business, so obviously the complete profit will be shared by the businessman itself. ठीक है, अगर सोल प्रोप्राइटरशिप है तो ऑब्वियसली यानी कि सिंगल ओनर है तो उस केस में द प्रॉफिट वट एवर द प्रॉफिट इज बीइंग जनरेटेड दैट विल कंप्लीटली बी शेयर्ड or capped by the businessman itself. And suppose if you are going for a partnership business, अगर partnership business है तो obviously the profit will be distributed. ठीक है, the profit will be distributed. ठीक है, so that is your profit sharing. Last feature, that is risk factor or uncertainty. Yes, when it is up to business, when it is on business, so business is a particular activity in which you are not sure upon the risk. You are not sure upon the risk means risk factor is available. Risk factor वहाँ होगा. You cannot completely minimize or completely eliminate it. ठीक है, little bit risk factor will be there. And moreover, business is that particular economic activity where the uncertainty actually lies. एक ऐसी uncertainty होती है which you cannot guess. But yes, when the environment is being changing, you also have to keep your business changing. Means you have to follow the rules and regulations as well. Okay, like for example, after this demonetization, for example, उससे पहले maximum of the business transaction was based on cash basis. कैश बेसिस पे होता था, लेकिन nowadays after this demonetization, maximum of the business is dealing with the online transaction or with the online payment. So that means you have to change yourself as per the situation or whatever the risk is available. You have to take care of that particular thing also. You have to change your business accordingly, right? So these were the features of business which we have discussed right now. Okay, moving towards the next concept, that is the objective of business. Okay, objective means different aim of a business. Okay, so let's see what are the different objectives of a business. So these are the three important objectives of a business, right? Yes, it is first one, it is economic objective. Again, just pay attention, the word economic is mentioned here. Second one is social objective, social, and the third one is human objective. Human objective, or you can call it as individual objective. Okay, it is individual objective as well. So let's start with the first economic objective. So economic objective, like what is being a businessman, like suppose I am a businessman, so what is my primary objective for my business? ठीक है, जब मैं बिजनेस ओपन करूंगी तो मैं क्या सोचकर बिजनेस को स्टार्ट करूंगी, क्या सोचकर बिजनेस को कंटिन्यू करूंगी, तो ऑब्वियसली these will be the factors. Like the first priority for my business is for profit maximization. I'll start with the profit maximization. मेरा टारगेट होगा कि yes, I will or I shall earn maximum profit in order to continue with my business. ठीक है, तो the first target or the first part of this economic objective is profit maximization. After that, why I am going for this profit maximization? Profit maximization में क्यों करना चाह रही हूँ? Why? So that I can have sufficient funds, sufficient profit in order to survival, or so that the business can survive or it can go for the growth and expansion of opportunity. ठीक है, it can go for the growth and expansion opportunity, right? So these are the types of economic objectives, means these are the particular reasons or things which a businessman is keeping in mind before going with this economic objective. ठीक है, okay, moving towards the next objective, that is social objective. Social objective, social means related to the society. ठीक है, so how a businessman can contribute or fulfill to the social objective? Very simple. Like suppose I am a businessman, so how I can contribute toward the society? Very simple. Like being a businessman, I can do one thing, like I can deliver a quality product. ठीक है, quality product to the society. और क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट के साथ साथ आई कैन ऑल्सो मिनिमाइज माई प्राइजेस, जितने भी मेरे प्राइजेस हैं आई कैन, इफ इट इज पॉसिबल फॉर मी, तो मैं उसको भी थोड़ा मिनिमाइज कर सकती हूँ. Moreover, for the betterment or for the upliftment of the society, I can also generate employment opportunities. It is not forcefully, like if suppose there is a vacancy in my business, so obviously I can go for the employment opportunities as well as so that the individual living in the society, they can get the employment, and accordingly the standard of the living of the society will raise, right? So these are the different ways by which being a businessman I can contribute to the society, right? Okay, now the third is human objective. Okay, human, here we are talking about the employees, because ultimately for the growth and expansion of a business, or for the earning of maximum profit, ultimately your employees are responsible. Why responsible? Because they are working really very hard for the development of your business, right? So obviously the third effort or the third objective should be towards your employees. So like being a employee, being the owner of my business, I should take care of for my employees. I should take care of my employees. Employees in what sense? मैं employees का take care कैसे कर सकती हूँ बताइए? It's very simple. Like I should provide a competitive salaries and wages. ठीक है? Competitive salary wages provide करनी चाहिए. Next, I can also go for the different kind of motivation program. Motivation means when anyone does something good, if anyone is working really very hard, so in that case I can appreciate them. मैं उनको appreciate कर सकती हूँ, so that their moral level can be increased. For future they can work more better, right? Third, I can go for the peer recognition as well. Peer recognition is what? This peer basically means your group, and recognition means to identify. ठीक है, तो ग्रुप में आप कैसे एक दूसरे को आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हो? Yes, tell me. How can you identify a particular individual in the group? आप ग्रुप में किसी को कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करते हो? Like it's simple. I'm assigning the titles. किसी को अगर हम किसी को एक टाइटल असाइन करते हैं, तो उससे क्या होगा? अगर इंडिविजुअल इज नॉट एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई दैट इंडिविजुअल, बट बाय टाइटल आई कैन इजीली आइडेंटिफाई दैट पर्टिकुलर इंडिविजुअल. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, इन योर स्कूल्स यू आर हैविंग डिफरेंट टाइटल्स लाइक हेड बॉय, ठीक है, लाइक प्रीफेक्ट, ठीक है, लाइक स्पोर्ट्स कोऑर्डिनेटर और स्पोर्ट्स हेड. सो दीज आर द डिफरेंट टाइटल्स व्हिच आर बीइंग असाइन्ड. ठीक है, ये असाइन करने का रीजन ये है कि if I'm not able to identify the individual, if I'm not able to identify that student, so by this title I can easily identify. अगर मुझे उस बच्चे का नाम नहीं पता, it's no issue, लेकिन अगर मुझे पता है उसका हेड बॉय नाम है, तो उस केस में I can easily identify, we can easily identify that individual among the group. So that is actually your peer recognition. So it depends upon the organization to organization. They can provide different, or they can take different initiative for motivating their employees, right? So these are the different types of objectives which a businessman has to take care of. ठीक है, it is not like that कि the businessman has to focus only one thing, क्योंकि businessman है तो वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक ही चीज पे फोकस करेगा, ऐसा नहीं है. He has to focus on different objectives. ठीक है, okay, so let's move on with the next topic, and the next topic is like the next topic is your role of profit, right? तो इससे पहले हमने क्या पढ़ा था? Objective. Now the next one is role of profit. So yes, the important concept, what is the role of profit? Profit का role actually क्या है? तो अब हम discuss करेंगे with this. So let's discuss with the role of profit. Okay, so these are the points which you can see on your screen. The first one is survival. Yes, why profit is important, or what is the role of profit in a business? The first thing is that it is actually, the profit is actually used for the survival of a business. Why? Because whatever the profit is being generated, a businessman will keep some of the profit as reserve. Reserve means as a saving, and that saving can be used by the businessman at any time, in the time of emergency. ठीक है, तो by doing like this, by keeping this profit as a reserve, the businessman can at least strive for the survival of his business. ठीक है, at least वो survive तो कर ही सकता है इस reserve के साथ, इस saving के साथ. Okay, next one is expansion and growth. Yes, if suppose your business is doing very well, you are having a maximum, you are earning maximum profit, so yes, you can utilize your profit in the growth and expansion of a business, because ultimately for the growth and expansion also I require money. Growth and expansion अपना business को करना है तो obviously I require money. So that profit can be utilized in your growth and expansion, right? Okay, third one is symbol of efficiency. Efficiency means capability. Okay. So yes, if your business is earning a sufficient profit, so it actually highlights the capability or the talent of your business. Okay, it actually highlights the efficiency of a business. How efficient is your business? Because if your business is not efficient, अगर कोई individual business efficient नहीं होगा, तो obviously it will not earn any profit. वो कोई profit earn नहीं कर पाएगा. So basically this profit earning, maximum profit earning also shows the capability or the efficiency of a business, that how your business is working. Okay. Fourth point is reward of bearing the risk. Yes, most important, because ultimately the businessman is taking or bearing all the risk in order to gain or to earn maximum profit. अगर मैं इतना रिस्क बिजनेसमैन होने के नाते इतना रिस्क अगर मैं बियर कर रही हूँ, तो बेसिक मेरे इसके पीछे एक ही रीजन है कि दैट आई शुड और माय बिजनेस शुड अर्न मैक्सिमम प्रॉफिट, बिकॉज आफ्टर बियरिंग ऑल दिस रिस्क एंड इफ योर बिजनेस अर्न्स प्रॉफिट, तो दैट गिव्स अ वेरी सूदिंग इफेक्ट, दैट गिव्स अ मेंटल सेटिस्फैक्शन टू द बिजनेसमैन, राइट? And the last one is, yes, goodwill, but natural. If your profit is earning very good, you're earning maximum profit, so obviously it is a symbol of efficiency, and it also reflects the goodwill, positive image of your business in front of your general public. ठीक है, समझ में आई बात? तो गुडविल कैसे पता चलेगी? गुडविल मार्केट में अगर मुझे पता करना है कि व्हाट इज द कंडीशन और स्टेटस ऑफ माय बिजनेस इन अ मार्केट, तो दैट इज सिंपल रीजन आई कैन गो फॉर जजिंग द मैक्सिमम प्रॉफिट. जनरली हम लोग का जो फोकस है वो ये भी होता है, वी जनरली जज द बिजनेस एज पर द अर्निंग कैपेसिटी ऑफ अ प्रॉफिट, विच एक्चुअली गिव्स अ पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट, दैट इज इट विल इंक्रीज द गुडविल इन द market, right? So these were the different topics, these were the different reasons, points which justify that the profit earning is important for a business, or what is the role of profit in a business, right? Okay, so with this let's move with the question part. Okay, so let's discuss the question. Like the first question is asking, explain any 4 features of business, right? So you have to explain any 4 feature. So do you remember we have discussed how many features? We have already discussed in the starting, we have discussed about these features. The first one, out of the 6 features, you can mention any 4 features. An economic activity, production, sales and exchange of goods and services, dealing on regular basis, profit sharing and risk factor. Okay, so out of the 6, you can mention any 4 features, right? Okay, so let's start with the next question. What are the multiple objective of a business? Yes, again, do you remember that diagram? In that diagram, it is mentioned what? Economic objective, okay? Social objective, and third one is your human objective. So basically you have to explain these 3 things. Okay, multiple includes these 3 things only. Okay, economic, social and human objective. So you have to explain like this. Next one is, why profit is considered as an important part for any business? Very simple. Abhi just now we have studied कि profit is considered, or what is the role of profit. So here you have to explain basically how the profit plays an important role in a business. Okay? So what are the in this, because no marking is there, so I am assuming it is of 5 marks, for example. Okay? So if it is for 5 marks, so you have to mention all the points and explain it all, right? Do you remember what I am talking about? I am talking about this role of profit. You have to mention these points in your answer. Survival, it is survival. Second one is expansion. Third one is symbol of efficiency. Fourth, reward, and the last one is goodwill, right? So students, with this your question part is also completed, right? So with this, it's your end of part second. Okay? So let's have a quick revision in this part second. What we have discussed? We have discussed about the features of business. Okay? Second, we have discussed about the objectives of a business. ठीक है, objectives में भी क्या पढ़ा था? It was economic. Second one was social, and third one was human. ठीक है? And after this, we have covered what is the role of profit. Okay, role of profit in a business, right? So this was your part second. Thank you students for watching and listening to this video very patiently. Thank you.